Hiya Tom, great to see you again on the range on Thursday. Just a recap on the work that we did. If we look at you first of all from face on, you're making a pretty good pass at the ball these days. Set up dramatically improved. First move away, left shoulder working down well. Maybe a touch of a move off it with that left shoulder. Maybe could do with that left shoulder working down for longer to provide us with a little bit more of a straight up and down position here rather than a slight tilt away from the target. So there has been some move off the golf ball. With that slight tilt away, we're a little bit tilted as we come into P6, and whenever we hang back we're going to get that sort of rotation of the right forearm over. Having said that, you've come a long way in the last 12 months, and that's a completely different swing to what we were seeing when we first got together on the range, which I think was around about August of 2010. So we have a little look at why that forearm rotation is happening. One of the things we're seeing here is that even though you're getting the arms working in, at that point we need to check the swing a little bit later. So we're looking at P2, P1 setup, P2 when the shaft's parallel with the floor. We can see now that as we get to P2, the club head has rolled a little bit too much behind your hands. Whenever that occurs, we're going to find that at the top of the backswing we get a little bit across the line. So no matter how hard we try to lay this off, you can see there that that's not actually happening. You then do a pretty good job at sort of putting the club where you would like it. You can see a little twisting of the shaft there at the top to try and get the club in a better position. But unfortunately, when we get the club a little bit behind us at P2, it's also going to be a little bit too much behind us at P6. As a result, a little bit shut with the shoulders, a little bit stuck underneath it. So what do? We try and stop the body and let that right forearm rotate over to help the club turn the corner. So you can see there that that right forearm rolls from about P6 to P7. The hips don't really do a great deal. Right forearm rolls, putting the club back on line, enabling you to hit some good golf shots, but not the most efficient way of swinging your golf club. So we just take you back to a few key checkpoints here, Tom. First of all, P2, where do we want to be? Well, first of all, what we'd like is to check the swing in the correct area. What we've done here, we've put you in the grid and we've moved the ball forward. We're trying to get you to hit some cuts or some pulls at this point. And what we're also going to stress is that we check the swing at P2, not at P1.5. So you can see there at P2 now, the club much more in line with your hands, like you would see with Grant Waite, and much less roll behind you like we see here on the far left hand side. As a result, if we just take both swings to the top, a little bit across the line, much more online, top of the backswing position. So you can see the effect of both checking the swing at the correct point and working within the grid has on your overall top of the backswing position. Fantastic position there on the far right. So from here, club across the line at the top, line of the swing's been shifted to the right. We're now going to get a little bit trapped underneath it, and as a result we're going to try and rotate that right forearm at the last minute to get the club back on plane. From this top of the backswing position we can come down without the fear of getting stuck underneath it, and you can see now that club a little bit more out in front of us. We're hitting a cut here, so we'd expect to see that club in front of the hands. Ultimately, if we're just trying to get a neutral ball flight without much wrist hinge, we'd expect to see the club a little bit more in line with the hands. But again, you're seeing the effect of working within that grid and changing the top of the backswing position slightly. From there now, we can move through it with much less rotation of the right forearm on the way through, as opposed to what we see here, which is more of a rolling of the forearm to get the club back online. Completely different exit position much better club face position coming through the ball, much less likely to cause you problems when under pressure. A little bit too much face rotation can get a little bit messy when we've got a good score in the back pocket. When viewed from face on, we can see again that right forearm just rotates as the hips stop to get the club back online. You can see there from about P6 to P8 the hips have stopped really moving forward, and that right forearm's just rolling to get the club back online. So far from being a train wreck, Tom, it just needs a little bit of a tweak here and there. I'd like to see you get a little bit more into checking your backswing at this point, P2, as opposed to this point, which you've been checking it previously at. Good luck with it, and look forward to working with you again real soon. Well done.